Hi everyone, welcome to our new show called The Marathon, where we profile businesses that are having an impact in our communities. Today we are with Kopano, one of the directors for Masemene. Let's get it. Yo Kopano, how are you doing, my G?
I'm good and you, Vusi?
I'm fresh. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to, interview you in our new show called The Marathon. It's an honor. Bro, tell me about the business, who you guys are, where you located, how long has the business been running?
Well, I must say, it's the history is quite long when it comes to the business. Business started by my grandfather in 1985. It actually started in his small garage at his house, and then the business was actually passed on to my uncle, which is actually my cousin. We actually worked together, so he actually passed it on to my cousin's dad, which is my uncle. Then my uncle actually passed it on to my cousin, to the both of us. So since that, we just realized at one point that, since my grandfather has always had a dream, he wanted to see his business become so big, we just decided, let's just put our heads together and just try and make it big. So at one point we just decided, let's just look for a spot, and we found a spot, and we just, made it come true, So basically what we do, we just fix bikes and just sell bikes too.
There's something that I liked about your guys' business. It's not just about bikes. Firstly, the location where you guys are located, there's like a culture that's happening, and you guys are talking to that culture. Tell me the interesting things that you guys are doing to tapping into that culture and the cultures that's around where you guys are located.
One thing that makes it fun from my side, from what I've picked up, is that introducing cycling to our young kids, and especially in the hood, it's actually something different. Get them at a young age, as they grow, they're into the cycling thing. Because as much as we don't know about certain sports, when you introduce it to them, they'll enjoy it. And another thing you pick up on once we have our cycling events is that people get excited that they've got a place and they've got a club, a cycling club, a place where they feel like they belong. Because in most cases, they always have to find themselves going to Fourways, going to Sandton, going to Randburg, looking for a cycling club and all that stuff, So once they see that it's in Soweto, it's quite different, it's quite different, and it's very enjoyable.
Nice. What has been some of the milestones that you guys have achieved? Earlier on, you were talking when you guys have these events, the likes of Morgan Gold, he's a defender for Supersport. He comes in to showcase his brand as into bikes as well.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the experience of the event that you guys have.
Well, when it comes to events, I must say it actually excites me a lot. Because we meet a lot of people. Some of the people we meet, we don't even know they are celebrities. We meet a lot of celebrities that come here, come cycle, because they like to think that it's a different lifestyle. For the fact that people who have never been to Soweto would come just to cycle with us, and they would just want to tour Soweto, like from here would leave and go to Chuffboards, and we just take photos and we just talk about where we come from and all that stuff. From Chuffboards we go to Vilakazi Street, then from there we just go through Orlando Stadium, then we come back, So we're just showing them a little showcase of how Soweto is and all that stuff. And even recently we're with Itumele Mkhune too. So yeah, it's quite fun, It's different lifestyle, but it's quite fun.
So with your business, when you guys took over, obviously you changed it, to suit you guys what you are passionate about. It's not just cycling again, it's inviting the community, to touring Soweto, events, performances, brand. You guys are into branding, the coffee as well. Tell me more about the branding that you guys are doing and the culture, that's there, yeah.
Branding, it's actually, I must say, it's actually quite different when it comes to branding also, because we didn't even think of it to that point whereby, we're looking at the brand part of it, because the only thing we looked at was that we just want to open a bike shop and just fix bikes, and we're just passionate about bikes. So then an idea sparked about this can actually be a big brand, we can actually have this brand here, so we can actually move it to in the East Rand, and we can actually move it to Kagiso, because we actually have guys in the East Rand. We even have guys at Kagiso, they actually invite us to their rides and all that stuff. So in a way, we just decided what we do can actually become a big brand. So wherever we go to these cycling events, everybody speaks about us. So it's all about the branding. So it actually sparked it. So we just thought we can actually make this thing a bit bigger. Yeah.
Because you know, so most of the time I always say to my colleagues at work, right? Whenever you start something, right? You always try and involve the community, or make your followers to be part of the brand. You look at Kaizer Chiefs. It's not just Kaizer Chiefs. They have Kaizer Chiefs supporters that experience the whole soccer experience through merchandising, through insurance. You know, you have like the likes of, let's say, about Drake. You know, it's not just him performing. It's his brand. NBA. It's more about the culture, the hip hop culture, the sneakers. You know, which is a lot of youngsters nowadays, a lot of us youngsters with our businesses. It's not just I'm into production. I'm just gonna focus being into production. I'm gonna try and make people to be part of the brand and experience that brand. You know, coffee. How do you guys think of by having coffee here and making it into a cafe as well?
Yeah, that's a mouthful, you know. Yeah, that's actually a mouthful. I just wanted to start off by firstly what you just mentioned in regards to, you know, getting the community involved. Because one thing we used to do is that we also cycle with younger kids. So what we did is that there's this one school that we have right here. So what we did is that we got the younger kids involved too. So we just had like a cycling event, a small cycling event just around the neighborhood for the younger kids, just to get them also involved. So, you know, we're just trying to get their parents also to actually buy bikes and just get them more involved, and so we can actually also fix their bikes, you know. And when it came to the coffee, we didn't actually think about the coffee part of things. It just happened to a point whereby people actually come here and just come here, have coffee and have their meetings here. So now it's a space of, you know, everybody feels involved, you know, and other people who don't have offices in regards to having meetings, they actually come here, buy coffee and just have meetings with their clients. And you know, it's just keep on growing, because when people come, they just come with more ideas and they share with us, and we just implement those ideas, you know, because we are open-minded to new ideas and we're always willing to grow, you know. So that's us.
And you guys are also doing something that you're very passionate about.
Yeah, definitely. My cousin, we're very close. We're brothers. He's actually older than me. He's got his own accounting firm, so he's actually doing quite well. And on my side, I just opened my own investment firm, so we actually work together. So, you know, it's like this is our family, this is our house, this is like home. And on the side, as he's doing accounting, I'm doing investments. That's when we actually, you know, try to work together and just push as much as we can.
So your cousin is he's got an accounting firm, and you're coming from an investment firm. Yeah. Wow. So you guys, you understand risk. Because a lot of times, you know, entrepreneurs, first big paycheck that you get, you just want to dive and look good and fancy, and you forget about the risk. That business is a marathon, you know, that you always have to look after. It's like your child. You know, I've got 2 kids. It's like a child. I always say the businesses that I go into, they're like my children. I always have to look after them, nurture them, not try and take food out of their mouth. I have to put money back into it. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, and you'd be so surprised that we don't actually spend money recklessly, eh? Once we get money, we put it back into the business all the time. You know, we don't just go out and spend money out there. We just believe in growth. You know, because another thing is that we also got younger siblings also that we also need to look after, because we try by all means motivate the younger ones. Because the one thing we believe is that we're a family, we need to look after each other. So, for example, like me and my cousin, we're both educated guys. So we try to push the younger siblings to also get educated, and we're also trying to build a legacy. As you can see with your Ernest & Young, your KPMGs and all that stuff, you know, it's something that's actually passed on. Like, I was reading something based on JP Morgan. You know, it's something that was actually passed on. You know, someone started it and then he passed it on. So it's the same thing that we also want to do. You know, we're just gonna pass it on. So every day, as you said, we keep on trying, we take the risk until we make it happen. It's a legacy that we'll keep on pushing it on and passing it on to the next generation.
Nice. And already you guys are doing amazing work. I mean, you know, taking making cycling lifestyle, you know, making it fashionable, you know. Like someone like me who's not into bike, but I can come here for bicycles just to get the experience, be part of the events, you know, that's the most important.
Yeah. You know what's a great thing about us is that we don't exclude anyone, we include everyone. Even if you can't cycle, you can still join us, you know. But I actually advise people that, you know what, because the thing that makes us number one is that we're willing to teach people how to cycle. You know, like if you can't cycle, we'll teach you how to cycle. Especially a lot of ladies I know can't cycle. I'll actually offer, I'll take time off my day or weekends and I'll just teach them how to cycle. So, you know, we're just trying to make ourselves bigger and bigger. Because the great thing about it is that once they learn how to cycle, they were like, you know what, I got another friend who can't cycle, let me refer that person to you. And that's how we keep on growing. Yeah.
And then do you guys have, you mentioned that, the business, you guys took it over from Umkulu, and what are some of, as much as maybe you might be coming from a background without education, but what are some of the valuable nuggets, knowledge that is still giving you guys so that at least you can still have that X factor?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not gonna speak for my I'm not gonna speak for my brother. I'm gonna speak for myself. One thing I've learned from him is being patient. I've never had that element of being patient.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never had that element. I would always want things now, quick sticks. I want it now. So one thing when you're with him, he'll tell you in life you need to be patient. If you work hard and be passionate about a certain thing and you see value in a certain thing, you'll get it. You just need to be patient. And at times when I come here in the morning and I have my cup of coffee and I'll just look at him, and there's a certain thing that he likes doing every morning when he fixes a bike. It'll take him 2 hours to fix a bike, but one thing, he'll be done, but he's patient. He's very, very patient. So that's one thing I take all the time. I'm like, you know what? Eventually, we will get there. As you said earlier on, we are there already. We are there already. Just right now, we're there already. Just the fact that we just need to be patient, that's all. And that's one thing I take off him all the time.
When we were brainstorming this show, I was like to the guys, we're gonna call this show the marathon.
Yeah.
Like, why? I'm like, because entrepreneurship, it's a marathon. Yeah. And sometimes you think you're there, you realize, nah, I'm actually not there. I still need to put more work for me to be there. Yeah. And right now you're mentioning patience and value, and for you to achieve your goals, you need to have patience and you need to add value. Yeah. Which is sometimes with our youngsters or with the age group where we're on, or with the lifestyle that we're living in today, we want things now. Yeah. And sometimes it takes time for a brand to pop. Yeah. It really, really takes time,
As I was going to say, like, we've been running this thing over 2 years, because we started September 2017, and throughout the year, those years, is that, sometimes when we have an event, no one shows up, and at times we'll get ripped off. You go through those things, and one thing you start realizing that you need to be patient and just have faith in what you're doing, and it'll pay off eventually. Yeah, so we've been patient. Like, even the turn-ups the people that turn up, it's like, sometimes it blows my mind away to think about where we started and to where we are right now. So it's actually very brilliant. Yeah.
And tell me about the event that you guys are having. You said the next one is on the 31st of June?
No, it's on the last Saturday of the month. I think it's the 29th or 28th of June. So what we do exactly is that we just cycle, we just tour Soweto, but not deep inside, but because we don't want people to get tired, and we just worry about people's safety too. So we just will tour, and we'll just do like close to 25 kilometers. And also another thing is that we also rent out bikes, which actually will cost like 200 rand to actually rent out a bike. So yeah, it's very fun. It's actually very fun. At times we actually had one of our local comedians from around our neighborhood who was actually with us. So he actually made the run fun.
Yeah, cracking jokes. Yeah.
Very fun. Yeah. So we don't actually cycle to a point whereby we don't actually stop. We reach certain points and we just stop to regroup again. And we also need to look after the ladies and all that stuff, because ladies, I don't want to say they're slow, but you need to look after the ladies, and yeah, that's us with the cycling. Yeah.
And the fact that you are in Soweto, your business operates in Soweto, and you guys are able to pay yourselves, pay your staff, and let the business to run, which brings me to some of the conversations that sometimes I get messages from people. Someone will be like, I'm in deep loot. There's no business opportunities. I don't know what to start, or there's no client. I'm like, but B, look, you're in the hood. There is people, there is clientele, and you're right here in Soweto, the deep of Soweto, but you're still able to strive. Your take about the entrepreneurship, or Kasi entrepreneurship. What's your take about it?
I'm just gonna mention something that my cousin actually taught me in regards to what you just asked me right now. Is that if you have faith in something and you believe in it, opportunity will show itself. In regards to even once we opened the bike shop here, it was that thing of, it's a busy road, it's not gonna make money, you know, everybody wants alcohol and all that stuff. I'm like, you know, that's something that's so special about us, that's so unique. Everybody wants a different lifestyle. You know, not everyone wants to go drink every weekend, you know. Someone wants something different. Someone wants to grab a bike and, you know, cycle, you know, different lifestyle, an opinion on, you know, tell me about cycling, you know, I've got a bike, no one has actually taught me this and all that stuff. So we just provide something that's actually different. And us being unique and different actually gets us ahead. That's one thing I've picked up, you know. So that's what makes us unique, and opportunities I believe opportunities are there. It's only up to you to actually stand up and, you know, show up. That's all you need to do.
And obvious, you'd say, you know, whenever you're doing a business, as long as you have that unique, something that sets you apart from another person, and how you're offering it and how you're marketing it, you know?
Yeah, different. Yeah, it's very important. At the end of the day, I always believe you must, as I say, you must do what you enjoy. Do something that you are passionate about. That's what I always believe.
And where can people reach you guys out? It's time to sell the business. How can people get involved in this? You know, do you guys have a WhatsApp link, Facebook, socials, you know?
Yeah, no, I actually advise people all the time to actually call me. Or in most cases, we actually have an Instagram page and a Twitter account and a Facebook page. So our Instagram page is Masemene, just Masemene, and they'll see it. So we've written Masemene, and then they'll see it's cycles. And in Twitter, Masemene Cycles, and Facebook, same thing, Masemene Cycles. And I don't know, should I give my numbers also? Because people always call me. My numbers are 083 253 9273. So if they want someone Kopano, I'm always here. Yeah.
Where to from now? You know, obvious, you know, you said, you know, I always say on one of my shows, I say, you know, the most important thing why people buy into the vision or why people come in the brand that I'm involved in is because of a vision, you know? Yeah. I'm one person, if you're working with me, I believe that you need to buy into our company's vision. Yeah. You know, you need to know where to from now and what are we trying to do? What are we trying to create? Because vision, you know, drives business. Yeah. You know, vision drives the business to know the tomorrow, which is the unknown. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So where to from you guys and your take about vision?
Well, I must say, like we always speak about, every morning we always meet up and we always talk about where we're trying to go and what we're trying to achieve in life. You know, in regards to our bike shop, what we're trying to do, since we have a brand right now, we just believe that we're trying to make our brand more out there. You know, we're trying to make it grow. So wherever we go, we even got our own t-shirts and our own sweaters that are written Masemene with our own logo. So we're just trying to put it out there and we're just trying to make it a brand. Our vision, you know, do you know Cycle Lab? You don't know Cycle Lab? Yeah, yeah. So our vision is actually to actually go in that route and just have a big cycle shop in Soweto. But besides that, also grow and also have another Masemene in Kagiso, have another Masemene in the East Rand, have another Masemene in Pretoria. You know, just to try and make it grow and make it bigger. So that's our long-term goal and that's our vision. Yeah, so we can't give up on it. It's going to happen eventually.
And already the fact that you guys are doing it, and you've got that X factor, it's not just a shop selling bikes, but there's an experience. You've got a cafe happening, events, branding, you know, the culture, because culture drives everything.
Definitely. No, definitely. And one thing I like about our area is that we always get people coming and telling us like they like the way it's set up. Because they're like, it's Maboning vibes, it's different vibes, you know, it's so chilled. Because even when we have events, we don't play like your loud music, sorry, we don't play like kush kush. It's actually nice music, more chilled, and yeah, it's proper, it's actually very nice. I must say, this place, I'm telling you, it's so different, it's different. It's way different, because one thing I've also picked up, you know, people would actually go somewhere to actually, like out of Soweto to actually grab a coffee and all that stuff. But yeah, it's actually quite different. You come here, we give you what you need, the coffee that you need and all that stuff. So it's actually dope, you know.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my G, for coming through and allowing us to interview you and get to know your brand, man. You know, like the name of the show says, you know, it's a marathon. I wish you guys all the best, and you know, you're on the right path. Stay at it, you know. And let's tell our own stories of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, thanks, Voo C. Means a lot. Thanks, means a lot. I also wish you the best in regards to your journey too. I just wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, my brother.